Hi, welcome you to Exambrix, a very unique video tutorial specially prepared for you. It's a WinTOTO advanced statistical software that I'm showing to you right now. So what you're going to see right now is a WinTOTO advanced statistical software, and as you can see over here, currently I'm at version 3.2. So meaning to say is that if you're not currently at this version, I can only tell you something. Not only that you did not able to see most of the features that I showed to you, the most important thing that you miss out something real good, which we call the reverse scanning, which I'm going to show to you later on. So most importantly, I want all of you to understand that this video is prepared especially for you to let you have a very good understanding on the game that we are playing called the WinTOTO game. Alright, importantly, in no way I would want to mislead you into making you to believe that it is a gold mine or an easy game, right? So please remember, there is always an effort that you have to put in, and always bear in mind that in any game there is always this thing called probability, especially anything to do with lottery, right? So do understand that. Right now, let me close this. Okay, now what I'm going to introduce to you right now is something that we have been talking all this while, and I think that it's important for you to understand. Let's click on the wheeler. Now, if you're not at version 3.2, very likely that you will not see a features like this one called the quick filter. Then later on, I'll show you the reverse scan. Now, before I go into the reverse scanning, I'd like to say something. All right, the last draw, right, which is on the 22nd of July, right, the reverse scan managed, all right, to capture, right, almost the 6 numbers inside. All right, we got a 5 plus 1. In the selections, right? So if you have the software, you understand what I'm talking about, because you can actually check. But if you do not have, not to worry. All right, let's focus on what we have here for you. So I'm going to click on this thing called forecast. All right, let me go into the reverse scan forecast. There you go. Right, for this coming draw, our reverse scan have picked up a total of 29 sets of numbers. Altogether, it's 29 numbers. Of course, I would not recommend that you go for everything, but let me have a few minutes to explain to you what this reverse scan is all about. Basically, this reverse scan work on the basis of studying the data that you have updated. That means the moment when the result is up, you just click the update button. Alright, once the result is updated, what it does is actually study and analyze, alright, and interpreted the data for you, and this is how the numbers are paid. Meaning to say is that they actually work very, very hard behind the software for you. So what you see is just a click of a button. Alright, that is what it meant to be, because we would not want to make it so complicated for any user. Bottom line, easy to use. That's the most important, alright? But not to worry about that. But most importantly, you must understand what reverse scan is all about, because basically, alright, there is a lot of effort that we put in to study the data, to analyze the data, which I believe that you may not have the time for that. Okay, I would say that you may not have the luxurious of the time for that. It's not that Exambrix have. It's just that for us, we want to produce something that benefit you, not something that it did not benefit you, and then it serves no purpose for us to create a software that did not benefit you. Alright, now let's come back over to here again. Of course, if you were to go on the 29 numbers, it would be quite costly. So what I would recommend that we may have to take out 6 numbers from here. Right? So if you are ready with it, we shall do the homework together, and we shall do everything right here. Alright, let me go into this table here. Display table layout, alright? As you can see over here, okay, those that is highlighted right on top, the one in pink are the reverse scan numbers, so make it easy for you to pick and choose. But normally what I'll do is I'll take a look at all the numbers that just appear. For example, number 15, 19, 23. Alright, very likely they are inside the selections for the reverse scan. So we have to decide right now whether do you think we're going to go ahead with all these big numbers. So I would think that 45, we could safely take it out. Although we may take a risk, but I think we can safely take it out. So number 45 will be out. Okay, from the selections of numbers that we have over here. Okay, so now do bear in mind that you have to do a lot of homework when you come to this. I'm going to go a bit slowly. Bottom line is that I really want to make sure it really benefit you. Alright, I want to make sure that it benefit you. That's most important. So if you're ready, we shall go into it now. We will take out number 45, alright, 45 to be excluded. Okay, so write down 45 to be excluded. Now let's take a look at what about other numbers that we have here. What about number 40? Would there be a chance for number 40 to repeat? Let's take a look at the past trend. Alright, it do not seem so. So never mind. Let's go. I'll explain to you later on. Okay, these are all the big numbers. Now what about 15? Would there be a chance for 15 to repeat? I really doubt so. So we can actually safely take out 15. And what about number 19? No, 19 we have to leave it there. So we'll take out number 45 and 15. Alright, in total 2 numbers. We need to take out 6. So now the other few numbers that we may have to take into consideration. Alright, let's take a look at the highlighted one, number 7. Okay, 7 has got a mirror image, so we have to leave it there first. Alright. How about number 6? Okay, let's take a look at the smaller number from 9 to 15. Now, as you can see over here, these are all the numbers that recently have appeared, but I think the pattern somehow have actually toned down. So I would think that some of the smaller numbers we may have to consider to remove them. Alright. So number 14 we can't because it's a neighbor. Alright, so probably around the region from 9 to 14 we may have to select some of the number to be excluded from our selections. So the question is, number 6 has just recently appeared, so I would think that probably number 9 and number 10 and number 11 we can safely leave it out. So we'll take out these 3 numbers. Okay, now take a look at number 18 is over here, which is a neighbor of 19, so we can't take them out. Alright, 22 is good. 23. So we already have in total 5 numbers that we may have to take them out. One of them is number 45, 15, 9, 10, and 11. 5. Now, do bear in mind that what if you take it out and they appear, right? Always bear in mind that once we make a decision, we have to stick to it, and we have to put it this way, we must have faith in our selections. So even if it appear, right, we have just tell ourselves it is a game that we have to understand it is a game. Alright, so do not go too hard on yourself. Alright, so I think number 38 is over here. So now among these big numbers here, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we may have to consider some of these numbers which is highlighted here so strongly to be taken out. So the question is 45 we cannot. So we may want to consider taking number 43. Alright, 43. So if you want to take out number 43, we may consider leaving out number 43 in this context here, because 41 is a neighbor. So we have to take out 43. So in other words, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So which are the 6 numbers that we're going to remove? Alright, recap to you again. We'll take out number 45. We'll take out number 43. Alright, we'll take out number 9, number 10, alright, and number 11. Right, so in total we have taken out quite a number of sets and number 15. So altogether it becomes 23 numbers. So immediately from here, 2 things that we must remember to do. One, as I've already explained, when we decided to remove some of the numbers out from the 29 numbers to 23, we are taking some chances. But bear in mind that we do not blindly take them out. We take them out based on what we see on the display table. As you can see over here, I'm going through the steps with you right now, is how we can go about in narrowing some good numbers and numbers to be excluded by looking at the table here. But of course, you may have your own view. You may not necessarily must agree with my finding. You can have your own finding, it's fine. But most importantly, let's put the concept right. Let's put everything on the table before we proceed. Is number one, let us have a clear understanding that once we remove, we must have that confidence in ourselves. Alright? Even if it appear, tell ourselves it's a game. If you are not prepared for all these things, then you're not into the lottery games. Because in any lottery games, there is always this risk. But I use it, I would term it as calculated risk. That means you actually calculated it. You know this is a risk and up to this level, maximum. Alright, so if you're ready, we'll proceed to the next stage. Now, I will recommend that we random it. Alright, you can random as many times as you want. Alright, you can random 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, even 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, up to you. Alright, so once you decided the number of times, you pause it over there. Alright, now let's go into this thing called the DIY wheeler. Alright, so before that, let me show you something first. If you were to simply just go on a full wheel, that means you buy all the 23 numbers on a full system 23. As you can see here is 100,947 tickets. So in other words, this means the numbers of tickets that if you were to buy in full simply will cost you, alright, 100,947 divided by 2. It costs you a total of $50,000. I do not recommend those. I do have people who, after watching this video, ring me up, come to my office and tell me, I have this amount of money, why not we invest into it? My advice to all of you, this is a game. A total game must be a game that you must understand. Because my real concern is that if you have 50,000 budget every draw to play, it's fine. But if you just want to play for one draw and hoping that it comes through with a 6 winning number inside, then I only want to advise you, do not do that. Alright, I do not recommend that. So bear in mind that even with 23 numbers, as you can see in our reverse scan, sometimes we only got 5 plus 1, sometimes 6. But what if we did not catch more than 5 numbers? You are actually at a losing end. So think about it. What about people who buy system shelf? A full system shelf, $400. It's not advisable, right? So let's close this. So the next thing you can do is go into this thing called the DIY wheeler. Now, what's so good about DIY wheeler? I'll explain to you this. You have to pick this thing called the Win6 Guarantee 5. Now, maybe I want to go a bit slower to explain to you what I mean by Win6 Guarantee 5. Win6 Guarantee 5 means from the 23 numbers that we have chosen, if there are 6 numbers in this 23 numbers that you have chosen appear, alright, in the results, you are guaranteed a ticket with a 5 winning number. It can be a 4 plus 1, it can be a 5 plus 0. A minimum 1 ticket with 5 winning numbers. So you got it? Good. So the total number of tickets that are going to be generated based on DIY wheeler without condition, alright, is 2,259. Now earlier we know that it will cost us 50,000 to play a full system, but now we talk about 2259, right, divided by 2, it only costs you 1,129.5. So now 2259, then the amount of money used is 1,129.5. And let's take a look at the number of, what about the winning chances? Alright, check winning history results. Now as you can see, alright, you still got a 5 plus 1, but your winning chances is 51.04. 51.04%. Now let me close this. I'll show you something that only the version 3.2 have, which we call the quick filter. Once you add that in, you click on the DIY wheeler, you go into the Win6 Guarantee 5 again, you will see a tremendous reduction of the number of tickets that you have. From 2259, you reduce to 1681 tickets. So now, let's take a look closely. What happened with this? From 2259, all right, it cut down to 1681. How much saving you have? You save, the number of tickets you save is 578. All right, 578. But bear in mind that from this amount of 1681, all right, it only costs you $840, 840. So what's the difference between these two? The saving. 1129.5, all right, minus of 840.5. You actually save $289. And let's take a look at the chances. Does it reduce from the 51%? How much does it reduce? All right, as you can see over here, it only reduced barely 1%. And bear in mind, you save a total of $289. You can see for yourself, it is a big saving, a real big saving. Because from 1129, you save 578 ticket divided by 2, all right, you save $289. And your chances is only by 1%, that's all. All right, so let me close this. But the interesting thing is that if you have this version 3.2, all you need to do, click on the Start Reduce. You'll see that it reduces from 2259 to 1120. So now 1120, what does it mean? 1120 divided by 2, alright, it only costs you $560. 1120, alright, it costs you only $560. And how much savings from the original 1129.5, alright, minus 560? It saves you $569.5. $569.5. Do you know our WinTOTO Advance currently is on sale at $598? But I'm going to advise all of you to get it fast because there will be a changes in the price soon. So now you could see that WinTOTO Advance pricing is justified. Justified. Because you can see the kind of savings that you have from 1,129.5 down to $560. You know how much savings that you have? It's 569.5. And if you were to check winning, you could see for yourself. Right? The reduction is only barely 3%. Barely 3%. It's 48%. So, can you see for yourself so much different in the savings? From 2,259 tickets, we have reductions to 1,120 tickets. It's almost half. And yet, your winning chance are not compromised at all. Are never compromised at all. So, Examblic have come up with truly a very, very wonderful features called the reverse scan, known as also we have features like the quick filter, which you can see over here, plus the smart reduce. I can only tell you something. When the trend is with us and you are still with us and you still have the software and you don't upgrade it, you are really at a losing it. And if you have seen this video and you are very turned on to buy this software, I can only tell you do it as soon as, because we so far in our records since the new version has been launched, we already have 2 winners. One a group 1 winner, and another one a group 2 winner. I think it's all in the news that you can see for yourself in Examblic news. And they are using the same type of software. The reasons why we have created something of this nature is because we believe that in any Toto game, you must play consistently. You must have the ability to sustain. If you do not play consistently and you do not have the ability to sustain, chances are that you will lose out. So that is why we came up with these features, is to enable you to have a big saving, and at the same time do not compromise your winning. Now, if at this level you feel that it's a bit too high to play alone, then my advice to you, join Examblic's pooling. We have 2 types of pooling. Whenever there's a 1.5 million above, we do pool. All right, and if you want, you can join the ongoing total pooling. But I will advise you that among the various types of numbers to play, definitely 23 is the most ideal because it's almost half. But again, if you are on your own, you can always pick 18, even 12 numbers to try it out. All right, you can always do that. So let me just go about to show to you how much savings can you have. All right, so if you like this video and you find it very nice and interesting, all right, do take a close look at this video again. So let me reset everything again. Now you can always go into forecast. All right, you can go into the wizard pick. Now I'll show you the system chart first, just to recap you what people are doing in. Right, most of them actually, whenever they see a big price, let me say, what they did is they actually buy a system chart, which is down here, system chart. So if you were to go into the full wheel, it costs you 924 tickets, means it will cost you actually $462. My question is that, why spend that kind of money? But of course, if you can afford, by all means, but you know that even at 23 numbers, it's so hard to catch a very good 6 numbers inside. What about 12 numbers? It's even tough. But what I'm trying to explain to you that, as an individual, of course, you may have a budget to play. So you can think about playing on system chart, right? But if you go on a DIY wheeler, you will notice that if you pick Vince's Guarantee 5, right, it will come out 38 tickets. But if you were to click on the quick filter, alright, and you go back to DIY wheeler, you can see that it's still a saving. You don't have to spend $19 on it. You can cut it down to $29 tickets. Alright, 29 tickets just now is $19. So with the 29 tickets, what does it mean? It means that you can actually cut down to $14.50. But of course, with the smart reduce, right, you can cut it down to 19 tickets. 19 tickets means it costs you $9.50 instead of having to spend $19, and you can have many sets of system chart. You can have 10-20 cents of system chart. It still costs you below 462. There are many ways to pick numbers. You can always use our forecast. You can always pick the most frequent 12 numbers, the most frequent 18 numbers, the most overdue, right? Overdue for the last 14 draws. There are so many numbers that you can try it on. Or even numbers. That is what WinTOTO Advanced is all about. That is what WinTOTO Advanced 3.2 is all about. By all one say, I sum up one word. You need the tools. Because if you were to on your own without the tools, there are too many trackings to track. I can tell you, it's not an easy job. Get on WinTOTO Advanced as soon as. Get on, watch the video, practice and practice. I can tell you, you will see the winning soon. That is most important. But again, although I cannot guarantee you 100%, but I believe that if you continuously practice it, very good chance that you will see the winning. Alright, now let me go into some of the discussions with you. Since we really come to here, let us go into this thing called the standard grouping. Now, this is called the high and low. Now, I want to recap you as much information as I want to give it to you, that you can see that for the past 2 draws, if your focus, alright, is on the big number ranging from 23 to 45, you will be able to take this group of numbers into your consideration. Alright, you will see that you actually got a 6 winning number, right, which is on the 18. Then on the 22nd, there are really 5 big win numbers over there. So for this time round, you notice that the smaller number from 1 to 22 has dropped tremendously. Alright, 1 and then 2. So the next question is that will it pick up? Based on what we see here, rightfully it should be equalized. But it looks like it may take a while to pick it up, because what I can see that the big numbers likely to remain from what I see. Now let's take a look at the other group of number about the Super 9. So you could see for yourself that currently the 1 to 5, there is a very big lapse. 1 to 5. Alright, so the one from 41 to 45 recently, speaking of doing very well, but I think the sustainability there is still a question mark. So again, 1 to 5, right? You may want to take note of all this, because all these are all very important information that you may want to take a look. Let's take a look at the last digit. Last digit is referring to the last number that we're talking about. So you could see for yourself that 7 somehow did not perform very well. There is a period that is left for a long time. So now again, now it's left for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Among here, the one with the most popular digit, alright, it looks like LD5. 5 is a very popular, but this time round, I do take out quite a number of 5, LD5, because I think it should slow down a little bit. But again, with the digit LD7, you may want to re-look at all the LD7, which include 7, 17, 27, 37. Now you can see that in WinTOTO Advanced, there are truly a lot of data for you to actually take a very close look at them. I mean, to see for yourself. Now let's take a look at this thing called the neighbor. Alright. Now let's take a look at the neighbor statistics. Sorry, not the neighbor, this one. Sorry, neighbor, correct. Now you could see for yourself that currently, even from anyone who to play from gap 1 to gap 6, alright, truly there are still quite a lot of focus on this draw number. So the last draw we got 1, 4, plus 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers, alright. So meaning to say is that if you were to focus on the last 6 draws numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers, 6, this last 6 draw numbers. So actually what happened is that if you were to take this draw number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that means on the 22nd itself, if you were to start to focus on numbers ranging coming from 18 July, 15 July, 11 July, 8 July, 4 July, and 4 July, you will have actually caught into 4, 5, 6 numbers inside here. So you could see that truly recently there are a lot of numbers coming from the past few draws. So you may have to take into consideration when you pick the numbers. So always bear in mind, picking your numbers is very important. Now, I already come almost to the end of my video presentations for the WinTOTO Advanced. I would like to thank all of you for your time spent on watching this video, and I can see for yourself that, that a lot of you are very happy and enjoying this video. But just want to recap you, I've got another few numbers that I want to share with you. Is, let's say we go into the system 2, minimum match 2. Alright, so the most important numbers, as I can see here, alright, the VIP number is 11. And I can only say something to all of you is that this 11 and 17 is truly a very good pair. So you may want to take into consideration 11 and 17. Alright. This is so much so for the sharing with all of you. And then you may be wondering why I took that out just now. Because I'm looking at a small number. So if you want to put that in, I'll leave it entirely to you. Alright. Thank you so much for the time spent on watching this video. As you can see here, these two numbers, 11, 17, 11, 30, these are yet to appear. So if you are looking to two numbers, you may want to consider them for yourself. Alright. Thank you so much for the time spent on watching this video. And I like to say, truly, I've enjoyed sharing with you, but most importantly, I must stress is that never is our intention to mislead you to think that it's a sure win game. Alright, if you have been misled into that, then my apologies to you. We do not mean that. And I'm very sure right from the start, this video have to be something that highlight to you and educated you a lot more on what WinTOTO is all about. WinTOTO Advanced is all about. Alright, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And most importantly, enjoy the total game, alright? Win more jackpot prizes and do share with us your winning. Bye bye and goodbye everyone. Goodbye.